Anyways, about the Numi thing. So, a little bit of a lore before we watch the video. Watch the clip. I'm not gonna watch all of it, by the way. I'm only gonna watch a little bit of it just to show you the initial interaction. So I went to TwitchCon, San Diego, and you know, at the Gamer Subs booth, I was like, I met up with my Gamer Subs person, and I was like, hey, any chance I can say hi and like get my V card signed by Numi? Because I wasn't about to wait for the meet and greet because it's way too long, and I'm like, I just want to really quickly say hi. I don't want to take no fans' time. I just want to quickly, before she does anything, just when she's free, just yoink her over and just say hi and get her to sign my thing. So I am a fan, but I'm not like a parasocial fan. So I asked my Gamer Subs guy, like, oh, you know, Numi's almost doing her meet and greet. So before her meet and greet, she has some time. I would love to say hi. So he talked to Numi, and Numi did have some time. But Numi at the time was waiting behind the booth because the booth was shaped in a way that there's like 4 separate rooms, like a backstage kind of thing. So he was like, yeah, Numi's just waiting in that room. So he opened the door for me. I walked in, and lo and behold, it was just Numi. And so I looked at him and I looked at her and I was like, do I just talk to her here? And then he's like, yup. And so he closed the door. So then it just became me and her. And it was awfully quiet despite the loud booming of the con. So I was like, hey, Numi, sorry for pulling you aside. I'm a really big fan. I didn't trap her! Okay, before you say anything, I did not trap her. I was the one who got trapped. I didn't even know. She was there already, so that's her domain. I was the one who said who got there, not knowing who was in there, how many people were in there, but turns out it was just her. I was the one who got led into the room, and then they closed the door behind me. I was the one who closed it. So she was already there in her room, so she was already by herself. So I'm the one who actually technically was the one who got trapped, okay? Because I wasn't gonna be like, okay, Numi, I'm uncomfortable. Can we step outside to talk? Like, I wasn't about to say all that. So basically what happened was it turned out to be just me and her, and I said hi and stuff, and obviously she doesn't know me. I didn't really introduce myself either. I just, because again, my whole thing mentally, what I thought was happening was, oh, she's never gonna know me, and I'm never gonna meet her in any other situation, so I just won't say who I am, and I won't interact with her elsewhere. I just wanted to tell her that she's really cool and that I wanted her to sign my V cards. Cause I pulled the 2 V card Numi 10s to sign for me and my friend. So I just gave her a keychain after that too, a very janky keychain that I made. Well, not that I made, you guys know, the Aquwa merch, the leftovers. And I gave her one of those. I didn't say you're mine! I never said that! I would never say that to anybody! So, yeah, so I said, please sign, and then here's a keychain, and then I was like, can I also take a picture with you? Because I didn't think that I was ever gonna talk to her again. So I was like, can we take a picture? And then we did, and then I left. And Numi completely forgot that interaction, by the way, because she was just so tired. I don't blame her at all. And then fast forward many months later, I had my collab with Mega, and Mega was talking about Numi, how she had like the worst introduction, like initial impression with Numi, and like they both shared some crazy stories. How Mega was about to mud on the plane, how she couldn't hold her mud because she took a laxative before her plane ride. Anyways, it was a lot of things. So I was like, you know what? Since we were talking about Numi, why don't I just man up and raid Numi for the first time ever? And I did. Guess what happened afterwards? Numi live on stream started watching my stuff live on stream. I half of me was like, oh my god, no way. And half of me was dying. I was dying. There was no way. She watched, because the top clips on this channel are literally the cringiest thing. It's one of them is me saying uwu and then coughing. Anyways, and then she was like, watching it live, and then she was cringing, and I was cringing, and I wanted to die, and all of that. So after stream, after I rated her, and after she finished checking my stuff out, I sent her a DM on Twitter, and I was like, hey, Numi. Because because I told her during the raid in her chat when I raided, I was like, oh yeah, we actually met once before. I met you at TwitchCon, blah, blah, blah. And then she's like, typical Vtuber not reaching out after introducing themselves at TwitchCon. And I'm like, ah! So what I did was I did a DM her saying, I'm sorry for not introducing I was not trying to like. It's not that I don't care about you. It's like I was too scared of like, you know, I don't know. It's a small guy mentality, okay? It's a small guy mentality. So basically, I told her I didn't reach out because, again, why would I? Because, you know, she's one of my Oshis up there, you know, Kamini, Numi, and all the really, really cool people. Like, those people are the people that I look up to. Even before I was a VTuber, I looked up to them. I knew who they were, and I'm just like, supporting from afar. And that mindset doesn't just change overnight. So I was still a fan. So that's why I couldn't reach out to her because I was like, well, there's no reason for me to reach out, right? But I did, and I explained myself in DM saying, Numi, I'm so sorry for not reaching out. It's not that I don't care, it's because I didn't want to bother you, and blah, 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 and stuff like that. But yeah, I did meet you at TwitchCon, and we took a photo together, and blah, blah. And then Numi was like, oh my god, Numi was so kind. And she was like, sorry for that, because I think she might have felt bad for embarrassing me on her stream, which, by the way, I was chilling. I was just kind of mortified, but not because of her, but because of the clips I have. So she was like, I'm sorry, I was overstimulated. I was like, it's okay, I wasn't, you know, it's okay, I don't really mind. I'm a VTuber, I can take a few punches. It's okay, it's a daily occurrence, me getting made fun of. I didn't even flinch, by the way. And then she was like, can I? And then we're like, we talked a little bit, and then we added each other on Discord, and then that's when Numi was like, you have time for a speed dating? And I was like, hell yeah! Even though Koi was still visiting, I was like, hey Koi, sorry girl, just give me like 30 minutes. I just need to do this real quick, and she was totally understanding. So then, fast forward to the day of the speed dating. Like I said, I was not in the streaming mindset for a few days because I was literally away from the internet for the duration of Koi's arrival. So me and my friend, my bestie, were hanging out IRL. So I was not in my creator mindset. So I already have a big fan mindset. So that became even worse because I forgot I was a VTuber for the most part. So when she called me, my heart, oh my god, my heart was about to, I was not kidding when I said I was about to throw up because my heart was beating so fast. I was so nervous, and I'm sure you could tell from the clip for those who did see it. And so, yeah, let's watch the set clip.